So today we're looking at a pairing a lot of you have been asking about. It's the new Core Ultra 7 270K Plus and MSI's MEG Z890 Tomahawk Wi-Fi 2. One is a refreshed chip and the other is a refreshed motherboard. So the question here is actually very simple. Does this combo actually make sense for a build in 2026? Or is this just a spec pump for the sake of it and for marketing itself? The 270K Plus is part of Intel's Arrow Lake refresh, the Core Ultra 200S Plus series. On paper, here's what's new versus the original Core Ultra 7 265K. First things first, there are 24 cores in total for the 270K Plus. You've got 8 P cores and also 16 E cores. That's 4 more E cores than the 265K. The new 270K Plus has a maximum boost clock of 5.5 GHz. It comes with 36 MB of L3 cache, and it also supports faster DDR5 speeds out of the box. Because it comes in a 24-core configuration, it actually shares a lot of similarities to the previous generation's flagship Core Ultra 9 285K, which also had the same number of cores and threads, but it had a higher boost speed of 5.7 GHz. And that also had the Intel Thermal Velocity Boost feature, which this is actually lacking. So Intel is actually pitching this as their fastest gaming desktop chip to date. Plus, it's also a big jump in multi-threaded workloads compared to the previous generations. In our independent testings, it's landed close to and in some multi-threaded tasks ahead of the pricier 285K Core Ultra 9 series from the previous generation, while still undercutting it significantly in terms of pricing. I'm going to place all the benchmarks in the subsequent slides you would see. You can see how it stacks up against multiple processors that we've actually tried and tested before this. In a nutshell, what I would like to emphasize here with the Core Ultra 7 270K Plus is that the headline here is efficiency per dollar. You've got more cores and more cache than the outgoing 265K at a very similar price point, and given today's market rates, it's actually cheaper already. This is the Tomahawk Wi-Fi 2. It is MSI's refreshed take on the popular Z890 Tomahawk. So what's carried over from the previous generation? You've got the same efficient, solid power delivery system. You've got multi-phase duet rail design with 90 amps of power stages and a 16+1+1+1 VRM configuration. That's more than enough headroom for the 270K Plus. Carrying on from the previous generation, you also have Wi-Fi 7 and 5 gigabit Ethernet connection. Besides all that, you have the run-of-the-mill features from MSI with their easy DIY features. You've got toolless M.2 installation, one-touch PCIe release, a pre-installed I/O shield, 4 M.2 slots, which one is also a Gen 5 M.2 slot. What has actually changed from the original Tomahawk? And this is the part which you as a consumer should actually know before buying. The first generation, you had 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports. On this generation, you've only got 1. And then the previous generation's Wi-Fi 7 chip ensured faster speeds, but this generation has a chip which has reduced speeds. These 2 downgrades that you find in the current generation motherboard is more of a luxury option if you ask me. Not everybody has 2 Thunderbolt 4 devices readily at their desks, and at the same time, Wi-Fi 7 is still being introduced in the Malaysian market, so not everybody is an early adopter of Wi-Fi 7 here. The thing now with this reduction in features or functions has also ensured that this motherboard comes in a lower price point from before. Previously, the first generation motherboard was being sold about 1,900 in Malaysia. I am guessing the new pricing adjustments and everything for this new motherboard, you should be seeing this motherboard in the range of 1,600 ringgit. Pair these two together and this is actually a very sensible mid-range to high-end combination. The board's power delivery has no problems feeding the 270K plus, and you get modern connectivity. Like I told you all earlier, Wi-Fi 7, 5G LAN, PCIe 5.0 storage without paying flagship prices. That is the most important aspect for 2026 if you ask me. RAM pricing, GPU pricing have skyrocketed and hit ceilings high. So if you were to build a PC in 2026, you should actually pay a lot of attention to the pricing structure of all these components. And combining both of this makes perfect sense because you're not going to break your bank at all. So now I would ask you, the combination of these two, is it actually worth it? Here's my opinion. The CPU first. The 270K Plus makes a very strong case as a value pick in the current Arrow Lake lineup. You get more cores, more cache, and similar price to what it actually replaces. Now for the board. The Tomahawk Wi-Fi 2 is a case of know what you're getting and know what you're actually giving up. You lose a bit of connectivity versus the original Generation 1, but you gain a friendlier price. For most builders or most builds, that's actually a very fair trade. So in all honesty, you probably would be spending around 3,200 ringgit getting this too. You're actually saving a lot because, like I told you all, the pricing structure of other components, especially RAM and GPU, have skyrocketed. So it's all right to actually get a mid-range board and a great processor.